The night after I walked out of that house was the longest of my life. I didn't go to a hotel. I didn't go to a friend's place. I just drove. No destination, no plan, just the open road, headlights cutting through the darkness while my mind replayed the scene over and over again. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw them. Her face, his smirk, the sheets tangled around their bodies. It felt like a movie I couldn't shut off, one where I was the fool, the punchline to a cruel joke. At some point, I pulled over at an empty rest stop. I sat there in the car, staring at the steering wheel, hands trembling. 30 years of marriage, gone in a single night. And the question that wouldn't leave my mind was this: who was she, really? Was she ever the woman I thought I married? Or had she been a stranger all along, wearing a mask I was too blind or too trusting to see through? The hours crawled. I watched the sunrise through my windshield, but there was no peace in it, just the heavy weight of reality settling in my chest. When I finally went back, not to talk, not to reconcile, just to collect a few things, she was waiting. Her face was pale, eyes swollen from crying. She reached for me, but I stepped back. "Don't," I said. My voice didn't even sound like mine anymore. She tried to speak. "Please, John, we can work through this. I made a mistake. That word again, like she'd forgotten to pay a bill, like she'd dented the car. Number. A mistake is accidental. What she did was deliberate. A year of lies isn't a mistake, it's a choice." I told her that, and she broke down, sobbing, clinging to her story, begging me not to throw everything away. But the irony was, she had already thrown it away. She set fire to it long before I opened that bedroom door. Later, the phone calls started. My daughter, my son, they had heard whispers, seen the tension, and now they wanted answers. Do you know what it's like to hear your own children ask, "Dad, is it true? Did Mom?" There's no handbook for that. No easy way to shatter the image of the family they thought they had. I tried to protect them, but the truth has sharp edges. It cuts everyone who touches it. Then came the friends. Some offered sympathy, others avoided me, too uncomfortable to pick a side. But I noticed something more than a few already knew. They'd seen her with him or heard rumors, but no one said a word. That betrayal cut almost as deep as hers, because it meant I wasn't just living with lies at home, I was surrounded by them everywhere. The weeks that followed were hell. Nights spent staring at the ceiling, mornings where getting out of bed felt impossible. I lost weight, I lost sleep, I lost the man I used to be. I'd walk past the mirror and not recognize myself. Hollow eyes, gray skin, a stranger staring back at me. And yet, in that brokenness, a strange thing happened. I started to see the truth, not just about her, but about myself. For years, I had ignored the signs, the late nights, the excuses, the distance. I told myself it was stress, it was age, it was just life. But deep down, I think I knew. I just didn't want to face it, because facing it meant admitting that the love of my life didn't love me back anymore. That realization was brutal, but it was also freeing, because once you see the truth, you can't unsee it, and you can't keep living in the prison of lies. One night, about a month after I left, she called me. Her voice was soft, almost gentle. "I miss you," she said. "We can fix this. We can go to therapy." And for a brief second, I almost believed her. 30 years of history has a way of pulling at your heart. But then I remembered that night, the laugh I hadn't heard in months, the look in his eyes, the year of deceit. And I knew. Some things can't be fixed. Some bridges, once burned, can never be rebuilt. So I told her, calmly, no, I deserve better. I deserve honesty, and you can't give me that. Then I hung up, and for the first time in weeks, I felt something close to peace. It wasn't the end of the pain. No, pain still came in waves, sometimes stronger than before. But it was the beginning of healing, and healing doesn't happen overnight. It comes slowly, like dawn after a storm. I started walking more. I reconnected with old friends, the ones who were real. I spent time with my kids, not talking about her, but about life, about the future. I started rebuilding, brick by brick. And here's the truth I want every man listening to hear, especially if you're my age, especially if you've been betrayed. Her betrayal doesn't define you. Her choices are not a reflection of your worth. You are more than her lies. Yes, it hurts. It cuts deep. It can break you if you let it. But it can also forge you into someone stronger, wiser, more alive than before. Looking back now, I don't regret walking away. I regret wasting years on someone who didn't value loyalty, but I don't regret choosing myself in the end. And if you're sitting there listening, feeling the same pain I felt, know this: you're not alone. Thousands of men have walked this road, and while it feels endless, there is light at the end. You will survive. You will rebuild. And one day, you will look back at the betrayal that nearly destroyed you and realize it was also the moment you finally found yourself again. Because sometimes the worst thing that happens to us is the very thing that sets us free.